If you feel pain while doing a certain exercise, like I mean a genuine pain in your body, physical and mental pain while doing an exercise, you feel like you can barely withstand it, you feel like you really want to quit, but you get through just with discipline and willpower. That is normal when you do a set of plus 20 reps. But if that happens to you, for example, while doing 8 or 10 reps, like you really feel a lot of mental pain and struggle to reach a failure on that set, honestly, bro, that shouldn't be happening. I also remember experiencing it when I started training. Like doing a set to failure was just so painful. Like I didn't find pushing on it during a set enjoyable. It was just painful. It was hard. If you feel that kind of pain during every single set you do, and despite that you have been staying consistent, props to you, bro. That's really an accomplishment. But in this video I want to share with you 3 things that really changed my mindset and my approach to training, to straining during a set, and basically what did I do to stop experiencing that unpleasant feeling during a set. Right now I enjoy every single set. If I feel like the set is hard, like in some masochistic way, like I literally enjoy it. That gives me pleasure pushing, even though it kinda hurts. So I also want you to experience that because you feel like a fucking beast when you do that. But first, why should you even listen to me? My name is Karol. I have 6 years of experience with strength training and building muscle. I tested countless different training programs and methodologies. I really found what works and what doesn't, and in the end I've built a 10 out of 10 physique without ever obsessing about bodybuilding. If you want to build a top 1% physique and actually start progressing in a consistent and predictable way every single week, is the top link in the description. So before we begin, let me quickly emphasize that we are talking about the discomfort from the lactic acid buildup, like the discomfort of burn in your muscles and general straining during a set. We are not talking about the pain you could feel, for example, in your elbows or in your knees while doing squats. This is completely different thing. You should use your intuition here. If the pain you're feeling feels like stinging and you feel like something is wrong, then you should stop immediately doing what you're doing and you should seek a way to deal with that problem. So we're talking about just a general lactic acid buildup pain that everyone feels, even the most healthy people during training. So the first thing that made me stop experiencing that pain while training is probably the most unsexy answer, but it is training experience. I believe there are 3 stages of an athlete. The first stage, you just start training, you are a beginner. Exercising is new for your body, so naturally your body feels skeptical about it. It generates pain in your head while you do that because it says to you bro, why would you strain? We're good, we have food, we have shelter, we have everything. Why would you unnecessarily exert yourself, lose calories? This is the first stage, and in that stage, I would say you can't really do too much to stop experiencing that pain, but you can still use the tactics that will be later on in this video, and they will genuinely help a lot. So the first stage takes, I would say, around few months, maybe up to 6 months, and then the second stage begins. Your body starts seeing that all that exercise that you did actually made your body healthier and gave you a lot of benefits. So your body stops being skeptical and starts seeing training as something neutral or even beneficial. And the third stage, your body can't live without training. If you stop training for a week or 2 weeks, your body actually produces so much energy and testosterone that you won't be able to sit in place for a few minutes, literally. And I would say maybe only around 10% of people get to that stage. And all it takes is literally consistency. So I believe in you, bro. You can get here. Basically, effort feels amazing in that stage. Even though you still feel physical pain while doing the set, in your head, you're like, hell yeah, let's go, let's push even more. And that brings you pleasure in your mind. It's also impossible to skip a training session at this stage because, as I said, you just won't be able to. Your body will demand that you train. Your body will what the hell, why are you training? Why are we suddenly not exerting? So I can predict the future for you. Even if you will be in some kind of a travel where you won't be able to train for a week or 2, you will be doing sets of push-ups every couple of hours just to avoid the ADHD symptoms. That happens for everyone at that stage, and it's such a cool feeling. If I had to estimate how much time it takes to reach the third stage, I would say that from 6 months to 1 year of very consistent training. That is what it takes. And when I say very consistent, I mean like you didn't skip a single workout. That is why such a few people actually reach that stage. You must be consistent. The second thing you can do to make effort less painful is caffeine. That's right. If you take a shit ton of pre-workout before your training session, I can guarantee you, you will enjoy straining, exerting, and actually getting to muscular failure. That will be pleasant for you. However, we can't take a shit ton of pre-workout before every single training session, right? Oh, I'm really glad you asked that question, because most people do exactly that, and they become completely tolerant to very high doses of caffeine, and it's really not a good thing for even the general health. In order to not develop a tolerance to caffeine, you have to have at least 3 days per week where you're clear. And it's also good to, every couple of months, do like a full week when you're not taking any caffeine at all. So what should you do if you really want to take caffeine before every single training session? Basically, assuming that you don't train more than 5 times per week, you can do that. You can take caffeine before every single training, and it shouldn't really build up the tolerance too much. But there is a catch. You can't have caffeine in your daily life outside of training. So you can't have any coffee, you can't have any energy drinks besides your trainings. And this is a pretty big sacrifice for most people, but actually if you want your trainings to feel more enjoyable and more pleasurable, this is the sacrifice, this is what you have to do. But for people who are addicted to coffee, or really like taking some caffeine before some deep work, for example, which I completely understand, there is one more way. Basically, a non-stimulant pre-workout. Basically a pre-workout that doesn't have any caffeine. It obviously doesn't work that well as the regular pre-workout with caffeine, but it still does the job, and you can still take it without building a tolerance to caffeine. So that's something you can consider if you really want to have caffeine outside of your training sessions. And the third thing that made effort less painful for me was just seeing and tracking progress. I say about this in every single one of my videos, but it's just true. If you see progress on regular basis, if you see progress on every single workout, bro, you will be so fucking hyped to get progress on every single workout. Imagine you have been seeing progress for the past couple of workouts, and right now you are on another training session and you still want to do progress. You also want to make progress on that specific workout because you have so much momentum already built. So you really go all in, you do everything you can, you give your 100%, and you make progress. Guess what? You feel so fucking happy and satisfied that you didn't even notice that there was some discomfort, some pain in your mind while you were doing the set. You were just so focused to make progress, to apply progressive overload again on that workout, that you didn't even notice the pain. And that is the third thing, and probably the most important thing. Just track progress and apply a system to your training. Program your workouts so that you will see progress on every single workout. And if you want to know how to do that, watch my other videos or click the link in the description for like a full guide on everything that I know about training. That's all for today. Peace out.